Okay, everyone. So apparently 2024 is the year of massive changes because of a lot of the things that are going on in media right now, and then a lot of controversies that are floating about. And the one thing that I would like to talk about, because it's in the realm of the things I am interested in, is that Matt Pat of game theory, or the game theorists, or the theorist channels, as everybody's come to know him over the years, he's stepping away from being the regular host of those channels. I could kind of see this coming when they did sell off the brand to someone else. It was kind of like the writing was on the wall. I just didn't expect it to be this soon. I thought there was probably going to be at least another year, but he's getting out at a time where it's probably best to go ahead, back out, move on to doing other things that he's had on his radar for a long time, and I'm cool with it. Now, I don't know if the channels will ever be the same as they were before. Yeah, sure, the people that were writing the scripts for the most part are taking over and going to be doing hosting for those channels. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. They could probably use the new spin, but that's going to be a notch for a lot of people that have followed game theory and since the days of Screw Attack, since that website and the channels being clustered together. So it's one of those things where it's like, hmm, I get it. I see where you're coming from. You've kind of hit the pinnacle and you want to leave before you fall off the pinnacle. So it was good for him to make that decision. It was good for him and his wife to go ahead and make that decision together that they wouldn't be the face of the brand anymore. That's not to say that they will be completely uninvolved in anything. They just won't be the facing of the brand anymore. And hey, best time to go ahead and leave is when you still have everything at your fingertips, because then you leave on a high note. And I can understand that, especially with all the stuff that's been happening recently. It may have just been the better idea to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm taking myself out of the limelight. I'm taking myself out of the focus, and it gives them more time to relax. Like, dude's been going strong for a while, so it gives them a chance to relax. It gives them a chance to rest. And like again, I have no issue with that. Like hell, who knows? Maybe he may do his own solo channel for himself that's just like daily life stuff. That might be something he wants to do. I know he said he wants to get into doing like video games and potentially do ARGs and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of things that he has the opportunity to do now that he wouldn't have been able to do if he consistently stayed being the face of those theory channels. You got four different brands that one person was the face for, and now he's minimizing his role. And he was the type of person that I could see this crushed him. Like it crushed him. It crushed him to go ahead and make this announcement. And I mean, I don't have the same emotional response that a lot of other people have, but I do understand, even if you don't like him, what he did for YouTube as a whole, for content creation as a whole. I understand what he did. I understand what he's doing. So it's one of those things that's really fascinating to see. Like somebody who's been around for 13 some odd years, and now they've decided it's time for me to go ahead and wrap it up. So for a lot of people, that's like the last episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, or when Steve left Blue's Clues. It was bittersweet for a bunch of people. Again, love him or hate him, you can't deny that he had an effect as a whole on gaming and social media. And if anybody pretends he hasn't, they're lying to themselves. Like, just go and put it that way. You're lying to yourselves. He's made his stamp on history, and he wants to go ahead and do some other things, make some other stamps. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that his life will be better for it. He'll be able to fulfill some of the wishes that he's had for the longest time. He'll be able to focus more on his family. The dude's he's moving on. And it's not like he will just completely disappear. He's still going to be around, just at a much lesser role. So again, like, he's done the work. If there's anything that you could appreciate about it, even as somebody who may not like him, he did the work. He got himself there. Not without his fair share of controversy and some tragedies that were a part of that timeline that we were around to see happen. Or at least I was around to see happen, because I was following his channel for a very long time. All the way back to that awful, awful theory about Mario being faster than Sonic because of a freaking warp pipe. So seeing what he's doing now, or seeing what his future plans are, is I think March 9th is when he officially steps down from the four brand channels. I think they said he'll be on the GT Live channel a little bit longer. I think up until like June. Then he's kind of going to be stepping away from that. So I think he's getting someone prepped to take that role. If not the whole staff of the other four channels, he's probably getting one individual person prepped to take over that specific role. So it's actually pretty cool to see that he's able to leave on at least a decent note. So kudos, Matt Pat. I'm not here to woe to dive into anybody's woes or anything like that, but even somebody who's just watched from the outside, you did a lot, and everything that you did, at least everything positive that you did, is to be commended. So good luck with your future endeavors. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, because I know that this is definitely not the end of the road. It's just a fork that you had to make a decision on. Yep, and that's going to be it for me, people. Peace out, everybody.